And I think going forward, this is where I want observer missions also to move. You cannot
Okay.
leave countries on their own.
No,
Yeah.
no. Kashi, go ahead and come on in. You want to follow up on that trend? Let's push on that trend.
Yeah, yes, I love that because Doc, I think the people. I mean, I know they say. I think the suffering they cause to make the people become impatient. And
Yes.
one critical thing you've just mentioned is about the international community. And also, like prior to that, before my network player, you mentioned about like the fight for electoral justice isn't a
Yeah.
sprint, but a marathon. And this is the problem, like, because the people, like, you really talk about marathon. And I love the fact that now you're calling on the international community for take responsibility, for have a consensus, because it looks as if like they're all over the place. And I love the fact that you now, it seems like I say you want to challenge them to all this thing because it seems as if like they're dragging their feet. But the marathon we are talking about, we're talking about 25 miles in marathon. And the people,
Yeah.
maybe sometimes we don't even cover 1 mile length. And the people are suffering. The people are dying. You go to corners, like there is no proper, I was saying the other day to somebody, where you want to make somebody, if you go left bus in a corner, just go down King Jimmy and go by White Satin because it is dying. The people are suffering. The people are waiting. This marathon, and I
Yes.
love the fact that it seems as if you want to challenge the international community. And I think we've not even started some of like, because I believe I want to ask one or two, things that are going around and say the accusations and stuff. However, like this marathon, I think the
Yes.
people need a realistic, I know that the marathon is 25 miles. However, are the people willing to wait for this 25 miles to be completed? And by that time, some man go down faint in the road, some man go down die. What is the plan for this marathon? And how fast are we going to run this marathon?
All right. Let me first of all define it further. Where you are following democratic processes, elections are lost democratically. What do you do? If you're not satisfied and you have confidence in the judicial system, what do? You go to the court.
Yeah,
Okay. Within our own laws, you for do that within 7 days of the announcement of results, which again rarely help, helpful. But let us assume things are normal. When you go 7 days, you will get judgment, whether you lost or you win. But with the satisfaction that everything went well except for Usa will say nothing not go well. If you are dealing with a legitimate government with legitimate democratic processes, but then there are shortcomings, you challenge them in court, the court comes in. But where you are pursuing an illegitimate government, will not accept any wrongdoing during the elections of June 24, 2023, despite the overwhelming evidence. Now, the marathon can inside. If they accept, it's a sprint race. When they don't accept, marathon also constitutes a number of initiatives. Let me give you an example. For a start, President Bill and I met a call. He called me, I
Thank
meet
you.
him within
yeah.
within 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, we met. And the question was, we have an impasse after the elections. How do we resolve this impasse? And what was the impasse? Number one, the parliamentary boycott. APC say no parliamentarian for go to parliament. Not so.
Right.
So we boycotted. Even the open parliament, APC was not there. Number two, local council representatives, the councillors, the mayors, and the chairman did not take up their seats. And you cannot run a government singly, not to one party state with IPA. You cannot. So, under pressure also from the international community, we agree, say, let that be an impasse.
Dr. Samakwa,
How do we solve
you
that?
just said
Yes.
something. So the international community was the reasoning behind you meeting Madabio. The pressure
No,
from
but
the
I'm just
international
saying
community.
they also have their own concerns. They also had their own concerns. You
Okay.
understand? I did
Okay.
not talk to them. I
Okay.
did not speak to them.
Okay.
Me meeting with Madabio, then I was, mind you, I had two positions.
Right.
I was the flag bearer and presidential candidate of the party
And the
for that
leader.
election.
Yeah.
I have a solid responsibility, a
Yes.
leadership responsibility to
Yes.
protect the votes of the people,
Okay.
to follow the cries of the people.
Absolutely.
Okay. Then after that, I was also the leader of the party.
Yes.
That's why after our discussions, I told the president, Bill, I said, look, I represent a political party. You know that. I said, as of today, we are opposite directions. On the right, you are there. All you want is to sustain your position, consolidate your position, irrespective of how you gain power.
Mm.
We on the other side are saying we were hoodwinked. The elections were stolen.
Mm.
I want to strengthen that view because we asked for disaggregated results, they were never produced.
Okay.
And all of these were put in the agreement for national unity.
Absolutely.
After our discussion, I came straight to the party.
Thank you.
I went to the party, went to Makeni, at a meeting chaired by President Kuruma. The party approved. Okay, they gave me the fiat to continue. After the party approved, we came to Freetown, a NAC meeting, where the second highest body, National Advisory Committee, was called. They also endorsed. It was against that background
And thus the
that,
rerun,
yes,
Yeah,
no, not to the real, they endorsed the dialogue.
the dialogue force.
This
Okay.
is
the dialogue.
We're
the
getting there.
you know, the dialogue process.
Okay.
So it was against that even the NAC itself also chose those who represent the party at the dialogue. That's how we had the 9 people who represented us at the dialogue. Went to the dialogue, mediated dialogue. Then we had an agreement, which was all signed by all the parties with the international community. It is against that we had a tripartite committee. And this committee also went to NAC. NAC also approved the membership of that committee, which was chaired by Dr. Mara, supported by Dr. Richard Conte, Petito. We have the women's representative. We have the youth representative. We have a legal representation. Okay. So we had all of this. Now, this committee came with a result, with a report. We saw that report. You get consensual areas, you get divergent areas, then you also
Right.
get.
I wonder if we can, Doc. Sorry for cut you off there because before we delve into like waiting come out of these recommendations and things like that, I wonder if I
Yeah,
should kind of like ask a quick question because you know, like you meeting Madabio has created this whole I don't know lie conspiracies or true say you sold out right from there. But the question where I want to ask you,
yeah.
meet Madabio, has it compromised democracy or the fight for electoral justice by any means?
Or the rerun elections.
Or the
It
rerun
hasn't.
election?
If it had compromised, then we never have had a dialogue, a cross-party
Talk
dialogue.
Creole side. That might me one listen. Talk Creole
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
If maybe non-compromise or be non-compromise democracy, you know, for agree for law get a dialogue. Then on top of this dialogue, party dialogue, you say we want referendum for they would do it. And we don't have referendum, now they international people there. So
And Doc, sorry, Brian, I don't want to drag this. But
hold
Doc,
water.
also, the international
Well,
community,
nah,
did you by any chance recommend to anyone that like during the dialogue, the international community should not be involved in or participate in that dialogue?
no, no. We agreed. When we agreed, say we dey get a dialogue. Now we say, but now we get problems with trust. Let we get mediators them. In these mediators, now they will can agree now say let that be international mediators. These mediators this whole dialogue was facilitated by the Commission for
Peace.
Peace in Sierra
Yeah,
Leone.
Yes.
yeah,
The peace
I
commission.
must give them thanks. They facilitated. But the true mediators were the AU, ECOWAS, the Commonwealth, and of course, we get
European Union.
even the ambassadors there, the Americans, they were on the side,
Yes.
on
and
clean
there was one time
hands.
the U.S. ambassador did say you cannot, because when everyone kind of like gets June there for mediate it or be the
Ambassador
chairman,
David Reimer.
ambassador did say that Ambassador Reimer did say you cannot be a player and a referee at the same time.
Yes. The issue about Jude had come up before this particular initiative took place.
Right.
It
Yeah.
came in on July Gawan now when the president go na state na parliament in the state address, he said, I'm going to set up an electoral review committee.
Yes.
Now you ask your question, why did he do that?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
initiative.
The player and the
Yeah.
referee.
Yeah.
From the 2023 elections, something went wrong.
Yeah.
You can make that assumption. Let's just draw a right conclusion. If something was never wrong, if everything was democratically pursued, probably not for they not for set up that committee.
Absolutely.
They will.
Absolutely.
Now, when we come out to this cross-party committee, I think I seemingly killed that initiative we announced in the parliament. So it was overtaken. But this one now, it was a much more representative type of initiative where the opposition party was there, the government party was there, and the international mediators were there.
You
That's
know,
the
Doc,
difference.
yeah, Doc, what you go say to them people that we say the APC not for even negotiate with SLPP because the APC knows they win the election? Why the APC as a party, everybody, the executive, everybody agree for even negotiate?
Yes, that is an option. That is, whenever elections don't done, the results are disputed. There are various resolution mechanisms we will take. One, you will say they go to court. We did not go to court for obvious reasons.
Right,
The time was short, and two, results not been there.
right,
So you go to court and go ask where your documentation.
right.
We don't get
What do you
documentation.
what do you
No,
tender?
throw it. Yeah, they don't just throw it. That's one. The other part will say, okay, we do not deny we will vote. What did happen? Low jump in the street.
Thank you.
You understand? Low jump in the street. But the question there is, when they jump in the street against a wounded lion, that lion they not let you so. We have seen tracks of what happened in previous protests. In a country where then they allow protests as part of democratic process, you can do it. Because the policeman there, they protect you.
Right,
Where they protest peacefully with your
right.
banners.
Yes,
You can do it for you for as long as it takes until your views are heard
right.
and the position is taken.
Thank you.
But I can't that's happening in Sierra Leone.
So to that
When
point,
you do
Doc, the
that,
reason I asked that question because this was a unanimous that the APC as a party agreed for going to the negotiations. Not so you one green
exactly,
make that decision day.
it is a party agreement. It is a party agreement. And even when I talked to the president during the discussion, 30 minutes, I tell him, say, all what you don't discuss, so as far as me concerned, they are done on what is normally called negotiations ad referendum basis, which means that I agree in principle, but I have to refer to my principles.
Yes.
That's exactly what I did.
And that
If
was,
I go to it, let me say
yes.
no.
Uh-huh.
That will not on them.
No gonna
I don't
treat.
forgo.
Let
And since
protest.
I've gone,
So right. So you
I will
say
not
the
forgo.
APC as a party, when I became together and say, let we go protest this, we not tolerate it. Then everybody for the on board. No, so
Exactly. Or whatever action they before take. Sometimes you forget other initiative. But you'd have been a party. But even if someone who don't take so, that's what makes it historic. Now,
Yeah.
historical, this killer initiative. No country, many countries don't ever go through this route. And that's why we should be fair to everybody who participate, who support this process. If there is seeming peace today in Sierra Leone, now because of this dialogue process.
Dr.
In a
Samura,
protest,
on that
yeah,
front, with the seeming peace that we have, maybe
yeah.
this is what is preventing the international partner there. Now you make they not say and they say, you know what, team? Ah, they get peace. This they don't move on. Dr. Samura come out, they ask for a rerun, but the peace where they, but no, everything is okay in the country. What do you say to that?
Well, I think say na bad judgment on their part. Because then say na dem teach you about conflict resolution,
Okay.
mediation.
Okay.
No, no, so
Yes, sir.
mediation are part of it is the most peaceful weapon, the most effective weapon. When you go to court to say you're either right or you are wrong, but you know they heal. Court's not a heal. In mediation, you dey heal. In a simple protest, public protest, you don't know the reaction of the government. They might unleash force against you. And secondly, if they don't do it directly, they might do it indirectly. When you don't lead a protest, you for be careful. It's like leading a civil war. You know when you start, but you don't know how it dey go. You don't know how it dey go. They might plan people against you for let it become rowdy, let it become lethal. So with all of these considerations, especially what don't happen August 10 in Sierra Leone, and prior to that, what happened to me in a party office during the campaign, what happened to me in Kono, what happened to me in Pujehu, what happened to me, I was coming from the United States.
Doc, listen this. This was the party.
My daughter has asthma. Abiola, can you hear me? Abiola, we need help. We need help. We're in the party office. They're firing live bullets at us. They're firing tear gas. We're on the floor in one room. I'm here with about 20 people, including my daughter. We need help. They need to stop.
When I see them, when they come, they fire. When I see them, when I see them, when I see them.
Just here on the press conference, and then the next thing we knew, we started hearing firing, and our whole office is surrounded, police and army. All of the vehicles around have been damaged, including that belonging to our presidential candidate.
Thank you. Doc,
You know,
continue. All the attacks that you faced.
if I'm
Tell
very
me, my
quickly,
brother,
you
tell me, my brother,
now,
with all of that,
Doc,
and
yeah,
it happened to me at my 38, me and my convoy who they turn back, I was coming from the United States. Which happened at my 38, I sat there, they shoot, all this sort of thing. We spent over 4 hours under siege. You know, any sane person no will go back and tell people and say, "Una jump on the street. This election is not chief and we are." No sane person will do that. That's why God bring this dialogue. And that's why I always appeal to anybody in Sierra Leone, including the international community. Let them respect this exercise and make sure we bring it to its logical conclusion. You know they kill if they take power in your hand. They know they kill you. You had another opportunity to come back. No. Especially if you don't get power through a peaceful democratic process, a seamless transition of power. Why would not allow the people also to make that decision against you?
Thank you.
Doc,
America, the United States. Kashi, go ahead.
Doc, you talk about, Ibrahim just play like, this clip like of, the way they attack on the APC party office. It goes back even way before the election. Do you think it's fair, or what would you say to people that it is cowardice or change now afraid now campaign you for firstly before the election you were going to pull out of the election? What made you change your mind? And secondly, I think we don't see all this like when they don't shoot people them and you they try to protect the people them. What would you say to people when they say, "Oh, now afraid you afraid"? Like you've been all saying you don't want to take part in the election, and then like even the protests for make like you don't call people them out for protest. Now afraid you afraid. You don't give me a justification. It's because like you don't want to make people that lost their lives because I say
And the party, it's a party agreement. Yeah.
it's a party agreement. We come together and all that thing. But again,
No, it was
the time
it was
before
not
the
a
election.
party agreement for Kamna
So
Street. It was not it was never discussed by the party. Like
No.
how we discuss the
Right.
evolution of the tripartite, the
Thank you.
evolution of this. No, it was never discussed. I was given a speech, you understand, Brookfield Hotel, my manifesto.
yeah,
We launched it, we another thing. Now, someone just pass a piece of paper, say, let's call for a boycott of. No, first, if this man not produce
The result.
the result, the register of voters,
yeah, you self voters, yes,
all of this thing. But again, let me tell you one thing. You know, if you get your conscience about you have a human face. You're not going to use politics for destroy lives just because you want to be a leader. You can change. If you say tomorrow I want to go come on the street, I come on that I go find out say, this is not a very conducive environment. I don't have right to change. You follow a more peaceful route. But let me also explain to you about this boycott here by elections. We have the history of boycott elections. In Kenya, elections were boycotted. Who that lost? Not the opposition.
yeah,
The man, they not continue government.
yeah,
Not the way to go.
absolutely,
And on that particular evening, it was our last rally at Atuga Stadium.
yeah,
I left early in the morning. I went to Pujang, where I was attacked in the presence of EU observers. Them broke motorcar them. We managed. By the time they come up Pujang, rallied Nabo on the road. They rallied in 91, all those places. I arrived at about 2, 3 in the morning. I took a stadium. People were still there, but that was our last rally.
Mm.
Then when I reached on entering, all over we were surrounded by forces.
Mm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So when I went, I saw all of this. And I said, no, this one will not come out. Sometimes after I took a stadium, I didn't for finish with all, everybody. I had no mechanism to protect anybody. I had no mechanism. And me not see any even strong party leadership where go say, let's go together. And that's the thing about political rallies, political protests.
Mm.
Normally, when the leadership they make a decision in their comfort zone, in their rooms, love come out, love come out. When the time reach for come out, you hardly see them.
Mm.
If you get gullible supporters, they will come out
Yes.
at risking their lives. I don't want that. I've seen the experiences of this. It's
Right.
happened to our party.
Right.
It's happened to our party.
And to that point, Dr. Semakuma, just to back up what Kashi said now, for 5 years, the SLPP was not challenged. They're not challenged SLPP from the parliamentary level all the way through. A lot of the things that happened, we be don't warrant protest. We for don't make sure say the protest not seem like a new thing to anybody now. And the government should have been checked. Yes. So there was no play.
What have process take what happened for economic hardship reasons? Not to
Absolutely.
Not to elections, sponsor them, na economic hardship.
Right.
In many places. In Kenya, what led to the latest protest? Now, an ordinary finance bill.
Yeah.
The taxation on that bill.
Right.
And I can tell you, who own finance bills, they get more punitive taxes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, we don't get human rights violations. We don't get extrajudicial killings uninvestigated.
Absolutely.
We don't get so many sufferings. Unemployment, inflation, everything just it's difficult. We have no sense of direction in economic management.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We don't get any.
Yes, Cassie, go ahead.
Sorry, Doc, and I think because I think we are now focusing, and it's good that they lay the ground for Usai we want can go, because you see the people that need a sense of direction, a sense of hope. You know, the people that need a word from somebody who clearly win the election. Because if we go back, the reason why, you know, you call off the protest, it testifies, it means you were right, because the APC won the elections. It was a good decision, in my opinion, that you call off the boycotting of the elections. Hence the reason why you guys won the elections.
Absolutely.
And I think this is where we should go, like giving us a plan, making a plan. Like you start by mentioning the international community. They cannot sit back. You talked about the marathon process. And I know, like, I still they emphasize on that point. And I think we're moving to that direction. But of course, like maybe Ibrahim, like we go Sky for makes sense that you lay that premise, Doc. So we kind of like come now and tell the people what is the plan? What is the hope? Because the people, I know we cannot force it out of you, because to be honest, like what you say, so what is the role of the international community? That is one of the questions. But before we go further, you know, with all the things people have been saying, though, two questions we are asking very briefly. One, people are saying that, the international community say money not there for rerun. The reason why I will ask you this question, I don't believe that, because as a financial secretary for years in our country, finance minister for years now in country, you know, surely I want to believe, like, you guys make budget plans. You budget for, like, because according to the constitution, if you don't get to 55%, like, there must be like a second round. Let's assume, let me kind of like say rerun means second round. So nobody no go tell me say they don't make provision. The international community say money not there for rerun, because rerun could simply kind of like, you know, take the place of a second round. How do you guys budget for the years of experience you've had being a financial secretary? How do we budget for like election? Because for men tell we say money not be there for rerun, it's laughable.
No.
Yes.
I cannot agree with you more. This argument, it come when we meet the international community, and particularly the British and the American, and then they talk about no rerun, we don't have funds. But apart from that, they say rerun not in the constitution. You understand? Now, I told them clearly, I said, you know, number one, it is not in your position to stand here and say there will be no rerun. Let that judgment come from the people.
Thank you.
These elections have been stolen. You have no right. Secondly, if you want to support this rerun, you can. But with or without you, that's why you have a government. The government has the capacity to do a rerun. In any case, you're not reinventing the wheel. All the machinery is there. Okay, all the machinery is there.
Right.
What was lacking was transparency and accountability. When you want to rig, you don't follow. If we had followed 25% of existing laws, would have had a clear results.
Yeah.
We would have a clear results. But we abandoned the laws. We abandoned everything that was democratically transparent or accountable. We just announced result no more from nowhere. And the way it was done in record time, within 3 days, when a record time for Sierra Leone. Counting was going on in Podlok all over the
Yeah.
country.
Yeah.
Even people in Podlok were saying, they don't now result. What we say, look with the country now. How did they get Podlok result?
Thank you.
How did they get Bombay
Honorable
result?
Kemosi said he made that clear.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Kamasi made that very clear. So I think the bottom line in all of this is we have to be fair to our people. If you're a leader, therefore be truthful. You know me say when you say the truth, you follow the truth, that's the end of your life. No. You can easily come back if you want to be president again. You can easily come back.
Donald Trump did it.
But we have seen where democracy has played. How the law not say pauper if you take 2 terms. 1 term at a time or 5 years. If you do well, go back to the people. Say, I think I'll do well, then go vote you in if they're satisfied. If not, then they check you out. Trump they not been doing check money people now 1 term.
Yes.
In countries you see today now 1 term that they give.
Why come back?
Because you don't do well. So why would they sideline? You know, all of this talk, people then they say, oh, this blood, they ask Samura Kamara, and we don't get permission for go see. We don't pass that stage then they.
Absolutely.
Now let us find a way of going forward now to
Yes.
protect democracy in Sierra Leone. So
I
with
read
a
on
solid
elections.
foundation,
Yes, I rerun elections. Dr. Samakuma, we have funding, like we cash box, they ask the money there for rerun. No, so
it should be there.